Well, hello and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. It is the 21st of Moonstone in the year 129. And I've been busy designating areas. Oh my lord, the designations. My poor fingers are aching from having to click-clack my way through that bloody spiral staircase. Nevertheless, it looks quite nice, I think. Or will do. I mean, this part, I really do like it. And then I took it further down, and it took ages to do. But I've also designated the food industry area. This will be the first actual industry that will be brought into the fort. Behold! Behold its glory, for it is enormous, and it will be great. These areas that aren't done just yet, they are going to be stockpiles. I'll talk you through it. And I've also got pillars, or room that will be made into pillars eventually, because I'm going to have to replace most of this sand with actual stone. And yes, I know, I'm turning a bloody food workshop into some embellished part of the fort. But I'm Aavak. I can't not embellish anything I build. Asking me not to embellish some sort of building, regardless what its function is like asking the sun not to be hot, or, I don't know, coffee not to be the embodiment of pure evil and all things malign in the universe. It's just not going to happen. So we've got our 3 butchers over here. That's 3 distillers. That will be their job there. We will have 3 kitchens. Oh. Ah, yes. You're still here. Okay, let's have a look. What are you going to give us? You want blocks? Well, good luck with that. Silk amulets. No, that's not going to happen. Footwear, I could possibly do. And figurines. Yeah, that's equally possible. Okay. Well, you'll mostly be getting prepared food, but I'll see what I can do about the rest of that stuff. Now, we'll have 3 kitchens, 3 distilleries. I plan to make this a fairly large part of this fort. You'll have quite a lot of people dedicated to feeding the fort. It makes sense. Farewell, Kivish, Locknats, somethings. We will see you when you come back next year. Hopefully, you come back next year. Hopefully, we're still here then. We've also got our butchers and our fish cleaners. Now, I deliberated for a little while on whether I was going to have them down here or somewhere else, possibly have them closer to the animals that they'll be butchering or the fish they'll be cleaning, but I eventually decided to have them down here. And that's largely because I intend eventually to have separate tasks for these things. Currently, our foodsmiths do the butchering. I would like there to be a specific butcher profession. I would also like the fish cleaning to be separate from the fishing itself. So our fisher dwarves can just go out and fish, and then the fish are brought back to the people who will be responsible for cleaning it. So that's why we've got this here. But these are the more gory aspect of preparing our food. So I've put them in a separate room, you know, just because I'm kind to everyone. And I thought that people wanting to go to bed might not want to walk through a place that's just covered in fish guts. If you don't know what a place covered in fish guts smells like, be very thankful. Because I do, and it's not a very good smell. Oh, yes, we've been made into a barony. Fantastic. Am I a baron? Yes, I am. Oh, happy days. I require many things. I need a decent office, and I need decent quarters, and I need 2 chests. I've got 1 cabinet. I'm happy with my cabinet. It was probably made by 1F Jeff. Actually, no, the chest probably wasn't. But yes, we need to increase lots of... I need a tomb? My lord, I didn't prepare for that. Okay, I need a family tomb, apparently. Righto, I will get onto that. Oops, did I just... Oh, my goodness, I didn't even know you could do that. Craziness. Now, back to this. I have made room for 20 bedrooms. We do not have 20 people who currently do cooking-related jobs. We have, instead, I think 6 foodsmiths and 8 fishsmiths. Again, I'm eventually going to separate that profession, the fishsmith profession, with the people who will be living in this burrow and working in this burrow, who will be responsible for cleaning the fish. But I thought I'd best prepare for expansion. With 20 bedrooms, we've got 10 job stalls, effectively. So that'll be enough room for 2 people for each task, more or less. Some won't have as many people as that. Like, we probably won't have 4 fish cleaners, but you never know. We might, you know, it might make sense later on, depending on how much fishing we're doing. But this is the idea. Now, these stockpiles as I've done in previous forts, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in one of the earlier videos, I'll be having the production items, like for example, here's the distillery. They will have all the things that only the distillery will use to make booze. The kitchen will have only the things which only the kitchen uses to make food. I mean, there'll be a little bit of crossover. And the same up here, so there'll be raw fish will go here, and bodies will go here. When they've been prepared by their various jobs of prepared fish, ooh, cave crawler has reverted to a wild state. Oh no. It was trained at one point, was it? And we've got some puppies. Fantastic. That's okay. Go and train it if you can. We've got loads of tricks in there. But back to this area. The prepared food, so prepared fish and cuts of meat and various other things will go in here. And likewise, prepared meals and actual barrels full of drink will go in here. Now, what will happen is these will then get filtered down. These stockpiles will take from this stockpile, and I'm going to have a stockpile in here for food and drink for the actual dining hall, and that will take directly from this stockpile. So it'll be like a chain, a cascade. Eventually, the best finished product will end up in here, ready for everyone to just collect whilst they're eating. So that's my plan there. Now, let's see how they're doing down here. Have we hit the cavern yet? Please tell me we have. I would really like it if we'd hit the cavern. I don't believe we have. You're doing a good job, though. Is that Evelyn? Let me check. Evelyn, is that you? It is Evelyn. Well done, Evelyn. I would not forget that bearded, bald head of yours anywhere. That feels so weird to say. But they're making their way down there. I'm hoping that we're going to hit the caverns. I would really, really like to hit the caverns sometime soon. But I've gone down about as far as I'm willing to go before I start branching out. If we haven't hit the caverns just by digging into it by then, I'm just going to have them start branching out in search of the caverns, because I'm sure we will have been on a cavern level by then. If not, then that's terrible. Also, it looks like it's frozen outside. Let's have a quick look. Yes, unfortunately, the world has frozen. There's now an ice world out there. What am I going to do about this tomb? That is something I hadn't planned for at all. And it needs to be suitably obnoxious. It needs to be just covered in trinkets and various gaudy things. No, it doesn't. What am I saying? I am a baron, and there's certain things are required of me, like being useless at my job, or not having a job, as the case may be for a baron. But no, I'd be going against the grain if I made it all tacky, full of gold. It'll be tasteful and full of silver instead. But everything else is more or less going as normal. Are you leaving? Yeah, you are. You git. It took them so long to set. They haven't even left yet. That's how much time it's taking them to get sorted. It's a bit crazy. Now, you may be wondering what I'm going to be doing with the Quern and the Farmer's Workshop. Well, I'm not going to be building them down here. I did really think about that. I decided that the milling of food, or whatever, sorry, into flour and such, and preparing of quarry leaves and making syrup and all of that, whilst that definitely does share something with the cooking professions, it seems more of a farmer's task, making cheese, milking animals, that sort of thing. So what I would actually like to have is like a little workshop, hut, something like set up on where the animals are kept with an actual windmill or a water mill to prepare the flour and things like that, rather than people doing it by hand. That's the goal anyway. Now, a gander. Really? Organize a party at the shale table, giving birth to puppies. Celador has become a Marksdorf. Well done. Cobalite. My goodness, we've actually struck quite a lot of things. I've banned the expo. Oh, please, don't do this, me. I was having a right old moan about Webster doing this all the time. I prohibited the export of leggings. Okay. Why? I don't know. But apparently I've done that. Very well. Now, I may as well go ahead and mine out these areas as well. I just wanted to leave them there so it was a bit easier for you to see what I was talking about initially. I am probably going to start putting a bit more effort into making the walls a unified colour. tiling the floors in the right sorts of colors. So, for example, underneath the stockpiles, there's going to be a different color of floor. It might be a different stone, or it could just be wood, maybe paneling or something, just to make it look a little bit better. And you'll notice that these rooms are 4x4. They're bigger than these rooms because these are trained craftsmen who are very, very important to the fort. Obviously, most of these people are also trained craftsmen at the moment, but once they get their own burrows, it will all be okay. I've also tested, but one thing with burrows that I was unsure of is that whether or not you can have a burrow that exists in two distinct areas without connection. You can. That'll work fine. They'll just move between the areas of the burrow as and when they need to. Also, you can have burrows overlapping. So, for example, if I make this part of the cook's burrow or whatever, I can make it part of another dedicated hauling burrow. I can have just the entire thing be a great hall burrow. That won't be a problem. So I know some people were a bit concerned. They were like, no, I don't want to be a cook if I get a dinky little dining room in my burrow and not allowed to use the enormous great hall, which I'm furnishing with food. And I understand their plight, but no, you don't have to worry. You will actually be able to enjoy your meals in the grand great hall, just the same as all of the other dwarves. You're not going to be left behind. Now, how are these rooms doing? We've finished all the walls on this one. We need a couple more beds, though. One thing I think I will do, I believe I've got 2 carpenters. Let me just double check that. We've got one here, one there. No, that's a mason. That's another carpenter, and that's a mason. Okay. Now, am I prohibiting this to anything? No. And this one? Okay. What I would like to do then... Currently, I'm permitting anyone to dabble in this. I am thinking of 1F Jeff, specifically because 1F Jeff does amazing work. He is legendary, as you can see there by the flash. Let's actually check out 1F Jeff. No, that's the wrong button. I want to zoom to creature. I always get confused because I don't think of you as a creature, Jeff. I don't think of any of my dwarves as a creature. A competent mace dwarf, but you're quite rusty on that. All the way through a dabbling building designer, dabbling grower, legendary carpenter. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to restrict the use of one of our carpenters to legendary only. So, workshop profile. And I would like to, let's see, move all the way up to legendary. The only person allowed to work in here is a legendary carpenter. I'm not going to restrict it only to 1F Jeff because eventually we'll have more than one legendary carpenter. So this will be for legendary tools and things like that only. And the reason I'm doing that is because we now need to start furbishing this room. And I was thinking if we use Jeff to make all of the furniture by specifically putting the furniture that I want for this the Baron's quarters, in Jeff's workshop, then there's a very good chance it'll be a masterpiece. Table, chair, bed, door, whatever, and will very likely be decorated with images of Wenchy McBig Tits and Bengal Hairy Basements, which I can only imagine would be to Aavak's great delight. So, let's see. I would like a bed made. And I would also like... We're going to need a few chests, aren't we? We want a cabinet in there. In fact, we want a couple of those. But let's just have a look through here first. We'll have 2 cabinets and 2 chests for now. This is the bedroom that I'm putting things in the moment. I'm going to add loads of chests and loads of other things all about the room. But for now, we'll just start the bedroom up. Do one room at a time for him, basically. Now, I've also set up the other rooms to be smoothed. As you can see here, this will now be Webster's room. And this will be Revocane's room. It is partially smoothed. Oh, I need to build another bit of wall there. I didn't realize that was just cut through. Yeah, we'll use dolomite there. I did notice that we have hit dolomite as we've been going down looking for the caverns. So we do have a store of dolomite that we can access, and I just realized I'm going to need to delete some of these walls. Oh, well, delete. I'm going to need to break them because I need to replace them, which is quite sad. But there we go. There we are. Also get rid of those and that one. There we go. That should all be fine. I do also need to tell you to stop trying to smooth that, because you'll never get there. It's a hole in the wall. That's where Webster's going to stick all the people that he doesn't like. Now then, how's the progress on this area? It's not actually making that much progress. I'm surprised you haven't done more of the rooms, honestly. I may have one of Jeff also make the beds and other bits and bobs for the people who are going to be working in here. For our food smiths. It's paused. Let's stop pausing it, shall we? One of Jeff has created a masterpiece. Fantastic, Jeff. You live up to my expectations, all of them. Let me check what masterpiece you have made. You've made an oaken cabinet. Let's check this out. It's worth basic values 50. This is an exceptional oaken cabinet. It's just an oaken cabinet. Okay, that's fine. You carry on there, Jeff. I'm not going to put in any crazy legendary items like artifact items. I want those to be for everyone. Ooh. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a pool above. But they are for everyone in Cattenvîr, not for just Aavak alone. He may be a baron, but he hasn't forgotten his roots. For the people, by the people, etc., etc., etc. Now, let's check on this. Has this gone down much further? Have we hit the cavern? Well, we won't have hit the cavern yet, but have we already gotten to the bottom of this shaft? Because if we have, then I'm quite disappointed. No, we haven't. That's good. Oh, no. Perhaps we have. Wow, bugger it. They may still hit something. Oh, what's that? Rough-hewn cobaltite wall. Oh, cobaltite wall. I'm not sure if that word is made up or not. I hope it is, because otherwise I've just proven how ignorant I am. But let's go back up here. We will smooth all of this all the way down, obviously. Oh, do. Oh, okay, it's a copper battle axe. That's okay. I thought it said training axe for a moment. I was about to weep. Once they become attached to something, that's it. They're not going to give that thing up, no matter what you tell them to do. And thus, you are buggered if you actually have gotten them attached to a training axe. Because they're not going to do any damage with it. Unless it's some sort of crazy artifact training axe. Alright then, we want to smooth out these walls, but before we do that, let's dig out these gems that we found. And then we'll replace the walls with the same coloured stone and tile the floor in the same coloured stone. Then we will actually start to make some progress. We may as well use dolomite. I mean, it's a nice bright colour for a kitchen. And it sounds like I just got some mail. It's probably a bill. Yay me. Right. Let's get through there as well. There's going to be a fairly... Oh, actually, there's only going to be one there, actually. That's not going to be too bad. Seems that we've dodged the worst of it. Right. I had considered for a little while trying to undermine one of these areas and actually have it as an indoors fishing place. That would have been fantastic, I feel. But the logistics of trying to do that are fairly complicated and could easily lead to someone dying. And one of Jeff has had a baby girl. Well done. But still, I really would wish you'd stop breeding. As awesome... Oh, no, wait, what am I doing? Cancel that. I don't know if I've just placed the non-legendary bed. Yes. We'll build the rock coffers first. So we want containers and shale coffers. Granite coffers. We've got a lot of granite coffers. I have no idea where I just placed. I hope it was a granite coffer. I don't think it was, though. We'll see when I come back to this room later and find that it's got a bag where a chest should be. Maybe... No. Not maple chest. No. Is that what I tried to build up there? Oh, I can actually just check. Granite coffer, shale coffer. Okay, that's fine. But we don't want my funky chest going into just anyone's old room. Let's see. I think we've got enough coffers, possibly, to get all of these rooms set up. So I have one there. Though it may be a little while before we've got all of the rest of the furnishings, like the beds, made. And there we go. And you know what? I may as well have one of Jeff make all of the beds. because it's going to use the same materials regardless. I just don't want the wooden chests to go into these rooms because I've made the wooden chests specifically so I can bump up Aavak's room value. But the beds are going to be made out of wood anyway, so I may as well have Jeff make the beds as well. But let's go and check which beds are which. We might be able to see that in stocks. Let's see. Can I tab to search? Bed. No. See, I don't think this... It doesn't search the whole thing. It just looks for... Ah, there we are. Right, so I want something that hasn't already been assigned yet. Ashen bed there. Alder bed. What's this one? Let's have a look at that. 120. This is a masterful alder bed created by 1FJF. So the alder bed and exceptional. Is that it? Just... Oh well, the alder bed goes into the office then. We'll see if we can get the right one because there are two. Build bed. Now. Got one. Oh, got 3 alder beds. Damn it. This better be the right one. Right, I'm going to let them do this. I'm going to pause the recording here. And I'm going to set about getting the walls replaced, etc., etc. And I shall bring you back when there is something interesting to report. So see you in a few minutes, hopefully. Actually, I just thought of something. So I brought you back ahead of that. I just realized what I could do is go into stocks and forbid the bed that I don't want them to place in that room. So let's find beds again. Where are you? And alder beds. This should be the only one I allow to be used. Or I could just forbid this one for now and have them place all of the other beds. So that would probably be the more logical way of doing it since there are more of those. And we'll just get these placed. And once all of these beds are down, then the only bed left will be the bed that I want in that room. So I just brought you back just to quickly cover that, since I know a couple of people have suggested I use the forbidding and claiming mechanic a little bit more in order to arrange what I'm placing where. So I have listened to your advice. Thank you very much for giving it. And for those who haven't read those comments, you can do that. It makes things a bit easier. So yeah, see you in a few minutes. Well, it looks like our labourer has been possessed, which is not great. And also a stray goat... No, a stray goat kid and a stray reindeer calf have starved to death. That's terrible. I didn't want my stray goat kid to starve to death, damn you. I didn't want any of them to starve to death, come to think of it. Oh well. Now, something I've noticed while I was checking out the animals, all of our raven chicks are tame. This is fantastic. That will mean if they breed whilst being tame, then we will get tame adults. Tame chicks that can't go lower than tame. We should be able to completely domesticate them at that point. That would be fantastic. Our raven breeding program is going fantastically well. I've added a few more beds and just generally made this place a little nicer. I'm starting to smooth out the places where all our stuff is going to go. Ooh, which one's been taken? Oh, that one. Are you going to go off? Are you going to have everything you need? You're going to have everything you need? Let's keep watch over you. Don't trust you. This does seem to have helped a lot by moving these things around and adding the extra doors. It has really, really helped from what I can tell. Oh, we've started mysterious construction. Fantastic. We are not going to be seeing any dead labourers today, at least not unless a siege happens in the next few moments. But I am quite pleased with that. Let's have a quick look at what you've got in here. You've got a cabochon, 2 dolomite, and rough jasper opals. Okay, the item may be of reasonable value then. And so many people having kids. If this fort actually lasts for a good many, like a decade or two, we will actually have quite a lot of adults purely from the children that the dwarves have been having. That will be rather awesome because there's no noticeable slowdown yet. And that was always the problem in forts previously, where you'd eventually have all of the the children and the cats and everything else would just explode and everything would slow down. It would take minutes for a tick to go past. And that's when you usually give up on your fort. It was a sad, sad day. Now, we've started to move some of the stuff down here. Unfortunately, hey, a lamb has been born. Fantastic. Let's get you into one of these pastures then straight away, shall we? There should be plenty of room in here. We want the stray lamb. No, not the puppies. No, totally not the puppies. Should we move the bunny in? Yeah, go on then. And so. Sow. No, not the bowman. The voracious cave crawler has been trained. Once again. Perhaps we could... someone did mention that the problem with siege animals that you capture is they will always be hostile. They cannot in any way become non-hostile. That is a terrible, terrible shame, I feel. So we're probably never going to be able to butcher it, and we're never going to be able to tame it and then ride it into battle or whatever we might want to do with it. Where is this lamb? But that is why we are having troubles with even getting it butchered, because apparently it will always be aggressive, so every time someone tries to go and get it, it just snarls at them and they run off. Like sensible dwarves. Come on now, where is this bloody... really? Is the lamb not here? You just said there was a lamb. You lied to me. Would you do such a thing? Zoom to location. There we are. I would like you to be... medium-sized herding animal is prized for its thick wool coat. He is gigantic. Well, okay. His wool is white. His skin is pink. His eyes are amber. Alright. Do I see him in the list here? Lamb? Can I search? I don't... Yes, I can. Lamb. Oh, no. What am I doing? Okay. Got 3 lambs. That's it. Okay. I'll have a look at that off screen rather than force you to puzzle it out with me. But I think I'm going to wrap this episode up there. Looking at the time, we've made some progress on getting the kitchen areas done. We have cut out some of the rooms, but there's still a lot of work to be done here. So I'm going to be doing that off screen before the next episode. So when you rejoin us, hopefully the kitchen area will at least be tiled enough for me to actually build the workshops down here. And once that's done, we'll be pretty close to actually designating the burrow, and then having all of our kitchen staff move down there and live right next to where they work. It'll be grand, I promise you. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll be joining me for the next. But until then, do take care. Oh, okay, before we go, Butts, okay, has made Celonin the Dolomite mug. Let's check this out before you go. Where's the Dolomite mug? The tepid tongs. I'm not sure a drinking vessel should ever have the word tepid in it, but it's worth 19,000 dwarf bucks, so that's actually not bad considering what you put into it. Well done there, Butts. Now get back to work as being a labourer, because you were possessed, thus your skill didn't go up, thus you are still a labourer. Enjoy. And I've discovered damp stone.